Oh my god, what a just well, some very funny moments here. Well, not super funny moments, but we were those kind of moments where you just wondered what the hell just happened. Well, finally, Fairy Tale 100 Year Quest Chapter 4 came out. I was beginning to wonder it will never do it. And yes, this is me, the angry anime fan, here to bring you that chapter. Either way, Team Natsu enters a hotel called Hotel Journey, where they meet a flopping fish. Of course, Happy is very happy because now he can eat it. But Natsu considers it to be a complimentary drink. But then suddenly the fish turns into a butler with hardly any, well, with hardly any mouth. Of course, Happy is very disappointed about that. And of course, it's even funnier when the receptionist begins to say that I was taking a nap and accidentally turned into a fish. We all had that happen, haven't we? No, we have not, says Lucy. So of course, we wonder if that is a human or a fish. And Happy is of course very important. But the receptionist says he was a fish. Either way, he's apparently going on a date with someone called Sameko. But before he leaves, he gives something to say to Team Natsu when they have their room. There is gonna be a complimentary beverage inside the room, and they need to drink it, otherwise no one can live here. Of course, that sounds pretty ominous, but especially how the way he said it. Mm. Uh, uh, but and also it's pretty funny how the fact that Happy says he was excited to eat that fish, but now he's not gonna get any. So either way, they get to the room where, of course, there's a potion with a skull on it. Yes, it looks very bad, but in the end, they drink it after all. And then Gray wakes up. I don't know if it's day or night, and to his surprise, the entire room is submerged. It is so funny when he wakes up and he just screams. And then he begins to wonder that he can't breathe, but then suddenly he realizes he can, and he can even talk. As he swims outside, he sees the entire town is now submerged, and Team Natsu can also breathe. They're also in their swimsuits, as Ersa seems to raise someone called Sameko. It's during this time that the receptionist actually. It's also pretty funny is the fact that Gray is the only one who has actually pointing out, you guys sure haven't let this dampen your spirits. The only sane man. So well, either way, the receptionist fish appears, and his name is Kashima and manager of Hotel Journey. So Gray asks what is going on here, and apparently, and Kashima just says nothing particular special. It's simply high tide. And then you call that a simple high tide. So apparently this town used to be a lot of fishes, and that's why it's called, say, its true form. Um, and it's even funnier when they say, "So why did you turn? So why do you turn into humans during the day? Because if we stayed fishes, people would be shocked. That didn't stop you from turning into one earlier." And of course, and they did not tell because of a surprise. And there's also another effect of the medicine. But then suddenly, as Ersa, no, as Ersa still compete with Samenko, uh, uh, but no, with that who is not Samenko. Lucy mentions some kind of fairy tale of a boy that saves a turtle who's bullied, and the turtle brings the boy back into the ocean floor, and then the boy turned into a jellyfish. Well, either way, suddenly Gray asks the receptionist if there's a clue on the water god, and suddenly every single fish turns hostile, as it says you will not lay a hand on the uh, water god. As Team Natsu has to flee, while Ersa loses part of her. No, well, Ersa nearly loses her swimsuit, but unfortunately, the one who loses part of her swimsuit is, of course, Lucy. It's always Lucy with the fan service. So, well, the gang retreat. All the while, Kashima screams, they're just like the humans from the other day, enemies that are after the water god. Makes you wonder what it mean other day. Does it mean Gildats, but the fishes cannot really tell how long time has passes? Or is there someone who is also after the so-called quest, just not someone who has been part of the quest, if you understand what I mean? And of course, Happy is not happy. No, that oh, damn, that was a bad pun. Happy is not happy that he is being chased by fish. Back to Magnolia. Toka has befriended Lisana and Mira Jane, and is revealed she's a water type magic user, similar to Yuvia. Once again, showing that she is basically a natsu obsessed clone of Yuvia. Or maybe this is intentional. There seems to be something about it. Of course, Yuvia does not get happy, not even when Toka says, I'm the same as that woman chasing after that Sloven man, how unfortunate. Then Gajiel says, until we got it by the tail, don't starve our prey. And yes, as he says that, the chapter ends with just one very big, what the hell just happened? No, seriously, what just happened? It's even funnier the fact that it seems that Gajiel and Juvia are the only one who has noticed. Because just as Gajiel says, until we got it by the tail, it's revealed that Toka actually has a tail. It's even funnier when the manga narrator says, that's a great detective for you. Wait, that's probably not what he meant. And the problem is, though, it doesn't say when next chapter is, it just says mystery abound to be continued. Is that a bad sign? Well, yeah, Toka for some reason has a tail, and I cannot recognize that tail. I have a feeling it has existed before, but I cannot recognize it. Where is it from? Part of me wondered if she was a demon, but that can't be, because after Seraph ascended to heaven, then all demons died with him, except Natsu, since END book was rewritten. Is that an Ixido tail? I mean, in fact, why does she even have a tail? It's a very what? You don't really know what is happening. What's even funnier is the fact that the fishes just turn hostile of all that, with all surprise and gentleness. Is the water god? Is the water god really a savior, or is there something else? It's the fact that the fishes turn so hostile so quick makes you wonder exactly what it is. You know what it's reminded of as soon as I saw this underwater place? It reminded me a lot of Rave Master, the mermaid village in that manga chapter. It reminded me a lot of that, especially the ending. Spoiler alert. But yeah, this chapter had many small time comedy moments. Maybe it wasn't ultimate funny, but it was funny nonetheless. So makes you, but still, what is going on here? What is gonna happen to the story? No idea. But if the story is gonna continue, I'm looking forward to reading more. So give me your thoughts if you have any, and like and subscribe if you want.